Hi Capricorn, welcome to your October reading. If you're new here, my name is Nicole. We're all going to take a little walk together in my intuitive garden and look at the energy for Capricorn for October 2025. Remember, this is a general reading, and there's a link in the description box below if you want to book a personal reading with me. I'm using the Star Tarot deck today, and let's see what message wants to come through for my Capricorn friends. Princess of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, King of Wands, Eight of Swords, Strength, Five of Swords, and the Prince of Wands. Okay, we have some dicey energy here. I love that the Strength card is in the outcome for your energy, Capricorn. And in the recent past, we have the King of Wands. And I think this is a nod to your last reading about sitting in your power and integrity. That's still there. And that energy might still be rippling through your world, your relationships, your experience. There's a little bit of... I'm hearing the words infighting or catfighting that may have been going on in the background, or it might be, again, just in the recent past. And you're showing up as the Princess of Pentacles. This is an energy of awe, almost surprise at what's come to manifest in your experience. You are very connected to nature right now, and or there are many animal guides I'm getting that are around you, wanting to communicate with you, attempting to communicate with you. Let me know in the comments if you're picking up any signs or signals from animals or nature around you, because that seems really active right now for you, Capricorn. And something is going on creatively for you. You might have your thoughts, desires, intentions focused on creating something new, perhaps something that could be financially lucrative or beneficial for you. There's just an abundance around you, Capricorn, and it feels like an abundance of ideas, maybe an abundance of opportunities, perhaps something you've been working on or creating has transformed. Your perspective or how you're seeing it might have transformed, or as you've put something into motion, it might be kind of taking on a life of its own, and that might be a little surprising to you. It seems like a good surprise. Nonetheless, something unexpected seems to be coming to fruition or coming to light for you. And this is very activating. This Ten of Swords in this deck is very much a heart activation, an energy activation. And I'm not going to lie, this can go both ways. You might have something unexpected come to light that is a painful activation. How can I describe this? A massive growth opportunity. Those aren't always fun when they're happening, but it is full of vibrant potential and a potential to up-level your joy and your creative experience that keeps coming through. So if you are feeling some of the pain, the growing pains of transformation right now, Capricorn, this is telling me that it's an opportunity to level up and to express yourself in a much brighter way, in a much more colorful way, and to have a much more bright, colorful experience in life. And I'm getting an image of, this is very specific, a UTI, a urinary tract infection, more common in females than males, but it could apply to either, or it could simply mean this image that I'm getting of maybe feeling a little pissed off at the way this energy is coming in and affecting you right now, as well as that process of elimination of fluids from the body that came up in the last weekly reading. So check that out for sure if you haven't already. But there is something about letting your anger kind of run through you, and not holding on to it, and definitely not holding it in your heart space, because that can be very, very detrimental to your physical health, not to mention just your emotional experience, right? I mean, I'm sure you understand that, but for the sake of your physical body too, it's important to let some of this electric intensity move through you. I'm going to remind you again, grounding is the best way to allow intensity to move through us. You can ground into the earth, and or you can ground up to source, creator, all that is, whatever you define that is, heaven, or both, because you get to decide where you want to put this energy. It doesn't always have to go down into the core of the earth, although it's one place to put it. The other place is up and out into source potential, and there it can be recycled and raised to a higher frequency. And that's that let go and let God image that I get a lot lately of kind of sending that energy up and handing over those burdens, whatever they might be, even if it's just a burdensome experience or a intense experience. And with the Eight of Swords here at the heart of your reading, it seems like there are some limitations. Limitations in, I'm getting your ability to trust your situation right now, whether it's personal, professional, romantic, not romantic. You know how this applies to you, Capricorn. As always, though, this card is again saying, remember to get that eagle's perspective, that higher perspective, so that you can see beyond your limitations, and your limitations specifically from your heart wounds and your woundings in general, which are always, I believe, impacting the heart space. So yes, heart wounds. And I have never gotten this before from this card, but there might be a sense that many of you are picking up on, that there's something coming, a storm on the horizon, actually. And it might blow over. It might not be a big deal. It might be a big deal. I don't know. But I'm getting in general that some of you are just kind of walking on pins and needles right now in your energy experience this month, of knowing something's coming, not knowing exactly what or where it's going to land. And this is very much reminding me of the energy forecast from last week, which was called Navigating the Void. I highly recommend you watch that. That one applies, I think, for probably the next 6 months, not even just last week. But I tuned into that energy last week, and it really seems to be supporting this energy that you're experiencing, Capricorn, and that's coming through in this reading. Like I said, I love that we have the strength here at the outcome for you. This is a beautiful energy of taming your inner beast, finding your courage, making friends with your fear, polishing off your heart space after those crusty layers have peeled off that are sometimes quite uncomfortable and intense, as I've mentioned several times now. But look at this infinity loop around her heart and that gleam of light. Let's see if I can get it to pick up on the camera. Just golden clarity, healing, rejuvenation. I can't stress enough, if whatever you're going through is feeling challenging or uncomfortable, it seems very much worth it. And like you're going to be pleased with your perspective, the newfound strength you have. I know you have plenty of strength already, don't get me wrong, Capricorn, but there's a deeper layer here that's being unearthed in you. And as I said at the beginning, it might just have caught you off guard, or you might just feel a little out of sorts right now. And pay attention to the energy of the new moon that's coming through as well. There are more swords here in clarification. And more penetration into that heart space. So there's a lot of dialogue, whether it's internally or externally, or both, most likely, that's really getting to the heart of things, the heart of the matter, the heart of your understanding, the heart of someone else's understanding, both. And it's got some sharp edges. Again, I'm not going to sugarcoat this, Capricorn. It seems like, you have your work cut out for you right now, but wait, and something's coming through here. Okay. It's almost like candy. I'm getting essences, and I'm kind of getting, so one more moment. I'm seeing in this visual the many times over that your heart has felt pain, betrayal, rejection, deception, any and all of those things. And you're starting to see the light in every one of those memories that have been coming up for you and possibly replaying for you right now in your current experience. And some of that heaviness that used to be there in those memories and in those wounds and in those layers of crust that had built up around your heart, it's they're lighter now. Excuse me. It might literally be opening your throat chakra and your ability to communicate more from your heart. And you're seeing that each one of those experiences was actually a blessing. And that is a beautiful understanding to come to and to come through with some of this dicey energy here. Another beautiful confirmation here that it's worth it. You're going on a magical mystery tour now. Really, a whole new vista of potential is opening up for you from doing this work that you're doing right now. And look at this. Remember I said making friends with your fear, or finding your courage. He's now friends with this lion. This is the process of coming to peace. And look at these lions in the background. I said there might be some arguing, some bickering. So I see evolution and growth for you, Capricorn. And remember how I said this Ten of Swords energy, even though it can be uncomfortable to be in it, it's opening up a whole new vista of, a colorful experience. And let me get it more in the camera. See that rainbow behind his head coming in, and all that cosmic energy coming in from the cosmos into his crown chakra, all that starlight energy, all those light codes. And then here's the rainbow. And I always hear the musical chimes when I look at this card. It has an audible sound to me of magic, of things manifesting, and as I mentioned, opportunities opening up that weren't there before. And that's some of the beautiful surprise and awe as well of what is manifesting. So some of this might not be linear the way that this reading flowed here. You might be weaving in and out of some dicey energy and some beautiful opportunities, or it might be linear that as you move through some of the heavier stuff and get this strong activation and this intensity integrated and processed, then you're going to see the transformation in front of you. You're going to see what comes to light, and all the magic that's available. I love it for you, Capricorn. All right, let's finish up with an oracle message. Remember to click the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share any and all videos with anyone and everyone. That all helps my channel grow. Leaving any kind of a comment as well. I appreciate each and every one of you for all of your support. Thank you so much. Okay, final message for Capricorn here. One more shuffle. Okay. Okay, it says hopeless, sinking, despair, falling apart. This is not the final say of this reading. This is capturing that energy and validating that some of you might really be feeling like you're literally at the end of your rope. And I can honestly say I have grazed and waded in those feelings myself a few times in the past month, for sure. Different times in my life. I'm sure I'm not alone in that, and neither are you if you're experiencing that. But remember, the outcome here, the reward, is claiming your power in a way that you never have before, and opening up this whole magical mystery tour of adventure, possibilities, delights, and surprises. So if you're feeling that despair, you are not alone, and it's not just Capricorn, but this too will pass, and it's a time of testing. For those of you who follow astrology, I've said many times I'm not that adept at astrology. I do have a basic understanding and I pay attention to some things, but I think Saturn is testing us right now, to see if we've really learned our lessons and if we really are ready to move up to the next level. And I'm here to tell you, you are. This work is no joke, and don't fool yourself or convince yourself that if you are feeling at the end of your rope, or like giving up, or like this is just so intense, that's a sign of success. That means you're actually doing the work, and don't convince yourself that it means all those same old disappointments are just going to repeat and repeat, because something has shifted, and you are shifting the energy within you and how you change your interactions. Remember to get that eagle's perspective, to see if you can fly above it and look down at it, so that you're not spending 100% of your time in the energy, because, you know, that expression of fish can't see the ocean because they're just in it. So pulling yourself out of it and looking at it, observing in whatever way that works for you, Capricorn, is really going to be how you pivot through this time. Also, you know, just allow it to be what it is. Don't try to fix it or erase it. This is a part of the process. These are the growing pains of life and ascension, and kudos, you're doing it. So you can look forward to your magical mystery tour. Hopefully you're already seeing glimpses of that or have had some tastes of that. I really hope this was helpful, Capricorn. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.